Hello, CJHS families. It's Mr. Peck coming to you from the junior high office today. I know it's been a little bit since a video update, and things do tend to get kind of busy here in the spring, but I did want to take a moment to give some updates to families. And sometimes this video format is easier to watch than to read a big long email. So, a couple of things that are coming up here as we finish up the month of March and roll into spring break and then head into April. We do have IAR testing getting ready to begin, and actually, as I record this, we are starting that tomorrow. Sent out an email reminder last week, and students have been working really hard in classrooms preparing for that. Tomorrow's testing, and the next few days is going to be for English language arts, and all three grade levels are going to be testing on the same day. So I'm looking at sessions 1 and 2 this week on Thursday and Friday, and then finishing up with finishing up with session 3 next week on Monday. We'll take a little bit of a break there with spring break coming up after that. Spring break is going to be March 24th through the 28th. We do have a 1:30 dismissal day on the 21st, which is next Friday, and then we'll have that next week off. And then when we return from spring break, we will pick back up with testing. We won't start right away. We'll get started later on that week. So April 1st through the 3rd will be our 7th grade math testing, and then April 8th through the 10th will be our 6th and 8th grade math testing. So we'll have our English test taken care of here before break, math tests that will take place after break. For me, the most important thing that you could do at home is talk with your students about the test, encourage them to do their best. We know that these tests are a small snapshot. It's really a snapshot of what they are learning, what they have learned throughout the year. It's not the end-all be-all, but we do take a look at this data and use it for some decision making in terms of class placements for the future. We really look at all kinds of data, and this is a data point for that. So encourage your students to do their best, encourage them to get a good night's sleep and a good breakfast, and then we will be here ready for them and looking forward to seeing what they can do here on the IAR test coming up. Already mentioned spring break, a couple of other things that are coming up in terms of dates. We've got April 21st is going to be a school improvement day. It is the day after Easter. We do not have student attendance there on April 21st. And then that same week, April 23rd, will be a 1:30 dismissal day. Those were both previously scheduled and on the school calendar, but I did want to give a reminder for those. Another thing as we kind of move into the spring and out of kind of the winter months where a lot of our sicknesses and things tend to happen to pull down student attendance, just an encouragement for students to finish this school year strong with attendance. We always understand that we know we're going to have those absences. We're going to have things that happen. Sickness is not just impacting the students, it impacts staff, and everybody's hopefully coming through that as we move into the spring. So if there is an issue with student attendance or having a hard time getting students here, there are issues that are arising that are impacting that, please let us know if there's anything that we can do to help support with that as we move into the spring months, especially for our 8th graders. We do have our attendance policy in order to participate there in the 8th grade promotion. Those unexcused absences have to be below a certain level, and I'll be reaching out to individual students and families if they're in danger of meeting that mark as we get closer to 8th grade promotion. Speaking of, that's been a question that many parents have called, and I usually hesitate to set an 8th grade promotion date until we get back from spring break. So when we get back from spring break, I will send that out. And the reason I hesitate for that is just weather. Winter weather, if it impacts us with any snow days and then moves our final day of school back, then I have to adjust that date. And I don't want to give any families a date and then we have to move it and they've already made plans. So look for that coming after spring break. I will send that out to you all. Want to highlight a couple of things. We've got spring sports starting. 8th grade volleyball actually has their regional championship tomorrow, so good luck to the girls there. And once volleyball's done, though, then we really focus in on what we've got coming up with spring sports and tons of kids going out for track. Coach Barth, once again, has quite a few kids ready to participate in those track and field events, and we're looking forward to watching them. Spring sports with track here is probably one of my favorite things because it does give every student an opportunity. There's no cuts or tryouts for teams. A lot of our 6th graders, it's one of the first things that they do in terms of school sports. So always look forward to watching our students be successful there on the track and field events and with that team. So if you have any questions about upcoming dates for that or anything else in terms of how track works, talk with Coach Barth or reach out to us. We'd be happy to answer those. Do want to highlight our spring fundraiser and just give a very, very, very big thank you to our families and anybody that has supported our spring fundraiser. Fundraisers are those things that when I look at how we use that money, money wise, we have budgets for classroom supplies. We've got budgets for curriculum. We've got budgets for all kinds of things. But the one thing that we kind of budget and pull ourselves without any of that district help would be things that we bring in for student rewards, for student experiences. The last couple of years, each grade level has planned 2 big events during the year, one in the fall semester, one in the spring. For example, we've got 7th grade getting ready to go check out a baseball game up in Bloomington this spring. 6th grade is going to rent out the movie theater. 8th grade is going to be going back to Little Galley and doing the ropes course and zip line and all the things that go there. And those events they have a cost that's connected to them, and we try to provide experiences for all students to be able to enjoy those. And like I said, fall and spring, we've done that the last couple of years. Plus things like just bringing in Kona ice on a random day in the spring when everybody's ready to be outside. Providing PBIS rewards like inflatables. All of this stuff costs money, and we try to be really good stewards of that fundraising money when it comes to that. We also, because of the success, it's something that we don't have to do every year. So envisioning right now, we just did a really nice fundraiser, not having to do one next year and even beyond possibly into the year following. Just kind of depends on that money and how we use it. But this is a long answer in saying thank you for your support. We really appreciate anybody that was able to give to us, and it's our desire to use that money to really go back and impact students and their experience here in the junior high. I think, as I look through my list, that is probably it for updates right now. Next week, one more full week till we roll into spring break, and then we'll take a little pause and we'll come back and we'll finish strong into the fourth quarter. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, either calling by the office or shooting us an email. We're always happy to answer those questions or provide any support that we can. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week, and as always, Maroon Pride.